Yo, what is up, everybody? Let's go back again. Our third story from the collection of horror stories written by the author, HorrorStories. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to them. Like, comment, and subscribe. Story 3.
I got a demon in me.
That's what Mama used to say. Mama would always be telling me that demons are all over this world, that they sneak up on little boys and girls and plant evil seeds in their heads that sprout and grow, spreading around their souls like an infection. It kind of be like when you don't wash a part of open, scabby skin. The spot around it starts to turn an ugly shade of yellow. Then it gets sticky, and then you got to clean it with a smelly, burning liquid that leaves the gash looking dark brown for a moment. Mama swore that for demons, the only medicine needed was prayer.
Keep your hands tight and close your chest. Imagine they're chained, bound by your faith in the Lord. Pray to him, my son, so that he may take your demon away.
But my demons don't go away. I see them in the shadows that bend all crooked like close to doorways. And I'm sure he hides in the bathroom mirror, tucking his slender body to the corners of glass, just waiting for me to look elsewhere so he can snatch me and pull me into his reverse world, where the bad is very good and the good is very bad. I told Mama this, that he saw me brushing my teeth and spitting in the sink. So she grabbed me by the ear, dragged me into the bathroom, turned on the lights, and pointed straight into the mirror.
Where's the demon? If he's here, then I want to see him.
But the demon didn't show himself. You won't be able to see him, Mama, I said.
For heaven's sake,
she yelled, letting her spit fly over my cheeks. She placed her hands on her hip and looked at me with her hair-raising eyes, the kind she always used before giving me a beating.
Why on earth not?
Because, Mama, he's invisible. And so she burned my face with her hand, told me to go to my room and sleep.
Pray,
she said, before having me leave the bathroom.
Kneel before your bed and plead to the Lord so that he can take that demon. Only you seem to be able to see away.
Put my knees on the ground, rested my elbows on my bed, kept my hands raised and my chin down. I begged, Dear Lord, can you guide my demon, take him, and forever keep me safe? Please, I don't want him taking over me like a weed, eating on my fears, making me think these awful things. And then I said a Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. I remembered Mama's words, her hand clutching the rosary. She often recited 10 Hail Marys whenever she felt the need to clear her mind. So, I did the same. I didn't have any strings or beads, but I kept a number of prayers alive in my head. I started with 10, then added another prayer for the Lord, followed by another 10 Hail Marys, and repeated myself until my knees hurt and it was too hard to stand. 10. That's how many times I blink as soon as I wake up. I place my right foot on the cold ground first, followed by my right. 10. That's how many times I pace from one end of my bedroom to the other before making my bed. 10. That's how many Hail Marys I pray before even thinking about leaving my room for breakfast. 10. That's how many steps I'm supposed to take from the doorway down to the stairwell. 10. Always 10. Any more or any less, someone I love dies. Ah, good morning, Jude, Father Vincent says, with his head turned to the stove, cooking up a pan of scrambled eggs. Morning, Father Vincent. I grab the kitchen chair by the top headrail, slide it out, back in, then out until the wooden legs are aligned perfectly with the floor's tiles. I sit down and keep my arms off the side because Father Vincent thinks it's impolite to place one's elbows on the table. Sleep well? Not really. I think I got about 4 hours of shut-eye. How many? How many what? Hail Marys. I see it. The disappointment riddled across Father Vincent's face. The eggs fly in the air. The scorching pan strikes me square in the head. My body's now on the floor. My nips nearly kissing his feet. His fist breaking my teeth. He laughs maniacally like a demon. 110. A good night's sleep is super important, Jude. You can't go on living like this. What's wrong with 109 or even just 10? 10 Hail Marys aren't enough. And how do you know when it's enough? I just know. Mama used to tell me that I was cursed, that a demon had latched onto my soul. She'd hear me talking to myself while pacing in my childhood bedroom.
Shut up,
She'd always yell.
Go to sleep. What on earth is wrong with you?
Nightmares, I tell myself. Nightmares that bloom and paint the black canvas of my eyes. Pictures that break through the darkness of my headspace. He, my demon, never ceases to trace vivid images of things I know are not true. He uses a set of ornate, fabricated lies as a front. It's his way of keeping me terrified. The other boys are rounding up their plates and leaving the kitchen table. They stand and grab their dirty dishes, forks, and napkins. The chairs screech as some of them drag the legs back against the tiled floors. One boy plants himself in front of the sink while another rolls up the plastic placemats. Another tall fellow scrapes everyone's leftover food into the garbage. The kitchen is flooded with sounds and scurrying footsteps, dishes clanking, and water running out of a faucet. The boy rolling up the placemats beside me has a knife tucked under his sleeve. He walks behind me, and the metallic tip shines from below his wrist. He reveals his weapon seconds before the boy in front of the sink has any chance to escape. He plunges the knife into the boy's gut. Blood seeps from the wound and trickles down his legs like piss. Everyone runs, and he just looks at me, knife in hand and serrated teeth, grinning. I'm next. Hey Jude, the boy beside me asks, you gonna take much longer or can I take your mat? Huh? I don't know, just leave it with me. I'll put it away once I'm done. He He stares at the food on my plate. The pile of scrambled eggs, looking like curdled cheese, and the sausage patty symmetrically cut into 10 pieces.
Well, make sure you finish eating before lunch. I swear, why the fuck do you take so long to eat?
What did I hear? Father Vincent fires, entering the kitchen.
Nothing,
all the boys reply in unison, as Father Vincent had asked each and every one of them.
Jude here is taking an eternity to eat again,
the boy by the sink responds, with the water stain over the front of his shirt, looking like an ink blotch.
He's going to skimp out on helping us, Father V.
Tell you what. How about you guys leave Jude and me to talk, and we'll clean up the kitchen by ourselves before lunch. Does that sound good?
Really?
Yeah. Just scram before I change my mind. And in a flash, the sound of excited running invades the space, dissipating as each of the boys go upstairs or out to the front door to play in the yard.
Don't forget to dry them dishes,
one of the boys mocks before leaving the kitchen behind. Sometimes I'll see Father Vincent on top of me, his robe draping down from his chest and swaying over my thighs. The seamed edges of his gown will rub against my waist, expand and recede like the white scars that creep onto a sandy beach. He'll release a beastly sound, almost a tribal roar that'll echo and get absorbed to the sheets. His breath hot over my face. His eyes fixate on the bulge of my neck right before he kills me. Jude, I'm starting to get worried about you, Father Vincent says. I know things haven't been easy for you since your arrival, but
what?
Your behavior. Not exactly something that I understand.
Oh, don't worry, Father Vincent. I'm fine. Not a big deal. I'm great. See?
Come on, Jude. Open up. You've been here for 8 months. You still haven't told us much of anything. Father Vincent pulls out a chair and sits across from me. He crosses his arms and places them over the table.
Thought you didn't like when we did that.
Well, we're not eating now, are we? You want to know something?
What?
I actually have terrible table manners. But the boys here need to know how to mind their manners if they ever intend to leave here. Honestly, I'm not much of a stickler for the rules. I scan Father Vincent from head to hands, notice his slouching, his head slightly arched forward, as if at any moment he can jump over the table and grab me. So, I told you something about me. Now how about you tell me something about yourself, Jude?
Do you really want to know?
Lay it on me.
I have a demon.
I have a demon, one that can't be seen. He isn't noticeable like a shadow or a voice. He's silent like the air I breathe. He speaks through thoughts and rituals, tasks that he can somehow force onto me. I see him in the corridors, pushing me down the stairs, or stretching his body from across the foot of my bed, trying to make a grab for my legs. I'll see him in what looks like dreams, strokes of light and color that occasionally bleed into reality. He'll take over a room, the objects, the people around me, and sometimes even toy with my body. rituals, I need to follow them, even if they seem like nonsense to me. Tens. Tens are sacred. 10 blinks, 10 steps, 10 prayers. I chew my food 10 times on each side of my mouth. I must wash my hands 10 times on each side every time I go to the bathroom, and I'm not allowed to leave the space before looking at the mirror. I need to make sure he sees me. He needs to be aware of each and every one of my performances. He knows everything about me. I need to make sure he's pleased. If he's ever unhappy, he'll do something terrible. I pray every night for him to leave me. Prayers in sets of 10s. 10 Hail Marys between each Our Father, followed by cramping legs and burning knees. This is probably the most valuable task among all the others. Once, my eyes were heavy from such a tiring evening and a brutal beating that I fell asleep from completing my nightly ceremony. That night, I woke up and my demon had taken Mama away from me. There's a golden cross on the pulpit glimmering from the chandelier basking the church in a warm yellow glow. Father Vincent told me to meet him there. We'll talk more after lunch, he said. We talked the entire time we cleaned the kitchen. Father Vincent asked me everything about my demon and everything that he made me do. I told him about the thoughts, the prayer, how Mama hit me each time I mentioned the demon. And how do you know it's a demon? Mama told me. She said my father had a demon too. A kind that made him do crazy things. Forced him to go into drinking and make long cuts down his arms. Mama said that my father had this thing with being clean, keeping everything in pristine condition. He wouldn't touch certain things, and his demon only ever let him be when he was in church under the protection of the Lord. Ah, I see. What about you? Do you think your demon fears the Lord? I think so. I don't know. Maybe? The doors from the entrance bang and echo through down the sea of benches. Father Vincent walks down the aisle with a woman in a pencil skirt, a brown blazer, and turtle shell glasses. Jude, this is Dr. Wong. Nice to meet you, Jude. You can call me Lucy. I stare at her wrinkled knuckles and the contouring lines of her palm fingers. I didn't raise a finger to greet her, and so she retracts her hand. A doctor? Yes, Jude. Lucy here is a doctor and a dear old friend. I asked her to come down here and speak to you. About what? Well, let's just say I think I can help you out, Jude. That is, if you're willing to speak to me. What do you mean? Vincent told me you have a demon. Is that correct? I nod. Tell me, how do you live with this demon? Well, I just do what he wants. I try to keep things in order just the way he likes it. I also pray. Does it always work? Most of the time. How do you feel about that? About having to do all these things? Honestly, I feel pretty tired. Anything else? Shameful. Dr. Wong squats down beside the bench where I'm sitting. Dr. Vincent takes a seat directly behind me. We want to see if we can offer you some relief, Jude. A way to help you out that doesn't involve keeping you awake most of the night in prayer. No. I need to pray. Prayer is what keeps him at bay. No, Jude, it doesn't. The truth is, your demon isn't exactly the type that will simply go away like that. What? But Mama said... We know, Jude. But how about you talk to Dr. Wong for a bit? Tell her anything you want. Tell her everything you told me. I looked to Dr. Wong, her thin eyes bouncing back at me. You're a doctor, right? Am I sick? Let's just say your demon isn't exactly what you think it is. Do you mind if I sit? He asked, pointing to the space behind me. Sure, one question though. What's that? Do you think you can help me? That, ladies and gentlemen, the end of our story.